This is a Queens-bound R train. The next stop is
Messengers from the Empire.
We're both from the Empire State, so like it came from that idea. Like, if we were to make a project, it would be something that came from both of our perspectives. So it's like, well, what's the one thing that we both have in common other than living in Northwest Indiana? Every other few people in this world have. We also lived in New York.
Yeah, the Evil Empire. That's what I remember from how we came up with the name. This was but specifically, I remember John talking about, like, yeah, like the Evil Empire, the Yankees, everybody hates us because we're Yankee fans, and I wasn't hating just because I was a Yankee fan. I was like, yeah, you're goddamn right. Yeah, let's do that. So I was on board with it immediately. I don't even think we workshopped another name, ever. I think it was Message from the Empire. Yes, and then that was it. We just took off running with it.
Yep.
Wake up sober. I don't know what's left.
Lost in the Grace is my favorite one. Because it does some things on the bass that I normally don't do. So like, it has weird intervals that I don't normally use on a bass guitar. It has a really lush part towards the end of it where it's just guitar harmonics. Like, I've not done that in any band that I've been in. And it's the only song on the EP that actually has anything that resembles guitar.
I'm too grown to talk for some puppy love. Life wore me down.
It's hard for me to pick a favorite song on the EP, and Drunk on Queens Boulevard, I think that's our strongest song. But my favorite song, probably Music, because it's fun, it's off the cuff. I say a bunch of absolutely wild things in my verses, and there's a certain freedom in that, especially when you come from kind of like the songwriting background that we both came from, and all of our other projects with each other and without each other always been about making real music, being serious. And this was a song where it's like, yeah, the emotion's serious, but I can have fun with it. I could be loose and off the cuff and just say whatever comes to mind. So that's what I did, and Lucy was probably the most free expression of myself on the EP. Because we're best friends.
Done.
Well, I don't know what you thought was going to be the end.
Yeah, are you psychopathic or something?
Yeah. Of course.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah. Great chemistry.
I would say we fill in each other's gaps pretty well.
I don't have any gaps.
Well, like,
Don't you get sexual with me on here? Don't you fill in my gaps? I'll fill in your gaps, big boy.
So like, it's easy to work with Joe because he fills in all the spots where I could really struggle for days on, like, oh, I'm going to put this verse in here. And one of my least favorite things of doing in any music project is writing verses.
And I feel basically the same way about you, because I'm so used to starting things off, especially like my last project was a solo album. I had to. All of it came from me. There was no, oh, hey, you wrote something, I'm going to write based off of that, which has happened in this project. And for the same reason that you're saying, like, when you get in a creative rut, the easiest way to break through that, because you could do it on your own, but the easiest way to break through it is when you're not overthinking it and you're just writing. And that's a lot easier to do when the premise has already been established and you're just trying to add your own weird little imprint on this sonic baby that someone else has created. And I mean that in the least gross way possible.
Yeah. It's ours now. You can't give it.
I'm going to leave that one 100%.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know why you said it like that, with the whole head wagging thing as you're looking at me. You! Any condiment that I want to put on, and I can put chocolate on a hot dog, suck my... Yeah, does ketchup belong on a hot dog? You're goddamn right, and I know Northwest Indiana people. They pretend to be from Chicago. Oh, it's not a real hot dog, Chicago dogs. Chicago dogs and Chicago pizza. I don't want to alienate the Chicago fans. Heck, Chicago dogs. Chicago pizza's great, but it's not pizza. It's a lasagna dish. Give me a break. It's a fucking casserole. Get over yourself. But yeah, if you want to put ketchup on your hot dog, fucking do it, kids. Follow your heart and your taste buds. Ketchup belongs on hot dogs. If you could put pineapple on fucking pizza while we're on the topic, if we could put pineapple on pizza, which is wildly offensive to me, then you can shut the fuck up about me putting ketchup on a hot dog. Deuce is. That's no.
Is it
Okay,
anything between
if
bread?
you're saying it's anything between bread, like yeah, I guess, but I mean, I could put my. No, a hot dog is its own entity, is the way that I look at it. Because then at that point, I mean, what's going to stop people from saying that garlic bread is pizza? When will it end?
I would go on tour with Liquid to that question.
I would want to go on tour with ASAP because he's my favorite rapper, and not ASAP Rocky. Not that there's anything wrong with ASAP Rocky, but he stole his fucking name from ASAP Rock. I don't care that there's an ASAP gang. I don't care about any of that. ASAP Rock was rapping since like '02 or whatever the fuck Labor Days came out. ASAP Rocky. And then when they met, this is just becoming a problem. This isn't even about who I would tour with. This is just me being angry at ASAP Rocky,
Yeah.
even though he did nothing to deserve it.
Yeah.
When they met, somebody filmed them meeting for the first time. And I guess ASAP Rocky had heard, like, oh, hey, did you get that name from ASAP Rock? And he's like, who's ASAP Rock? Fair question, because a lot of people said that, and that hurt my feelings as an ASAP Rock fan, but that's fine. And then when they met, he was like, oh, yeah. Like, he just kind of treated it, I don't know, I felt like he treated it like he met a fan. Like, I feel like he was just like, oh, look, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Rock. Get the fuck out of my trailer, you fucking unknown piece of shit. And ever since then, I'm like, nah, fuck ASAP. So, who would I go on tour with? Not ASAP Rock. For me, the biggest inspiration. It's hard to answer that question because it doesn't really just relate to this project on my perspective because I'm back. My cadence, my delivery, my flow, my lyricism, all of that has been built up over time, and it's been built up over time while being influenced by several different hip-hop artists. Like, I'm heavily influenced by the aforementioned A$AP Rock. I sound nothing like A$AP Rock. I don't use nearly... My lexicon is not nearly as verbose as A$AP Rock. This guy uses crazy words and draws crazy analogies to things like Miss Offmar. I would never think to make a song and refer to Miss Offmar in my life, which is the teacher from Peanuts.
Need no shit.
Yeah, yep. A$AP, I didn't know either. Thanks, A$AP Rock. But I sound nothing like him. I would say, as far as just my style, honestly, I think LP and Run the Jewels. Even though we do not make the same type of music, also, I find myself being more wrapped up in their songs when I am trying to kind of figure out the headspace for my own. So it's not like it's a copy and paste kind of thing at all. My flow does not compare to them, either of them, in my opinion. But they're probably the biggest influence on who I am right now as a rapper. They're the most recent influence that kind of helped push me to this final product that I am now, even though I'm still a work in progress.
The biggest influences for this act, for Messengers from the Empire, would be the National, Bleachers, the Postal Service, Incubus to some extent, Mark Hoppus for sure. All my bass playing is inspired by baritone, so I was also inspired by that too. And just I don't know. I really just like that old school, like pop punk is in almost everything. or my Big Fit Rebel stuff. That's pop punk. So that gets combined with this new sound, which I completely turned away from pop punk. So I'd say definitely those are big inspirations for this project.
Does Big Bill know that I have a beef with
I
him?
don't think he does.
All right, Big Bill. I don't have a beef with Big Bill. For the record, I'm just a hater. That's all it is. I'm just a hater. And I was just lashing out, Big Bill, even though you weren't there to hear it. John's made this public domain. Yeah, Big Bill's fine. And I would absolutely fuck him in a rap battle. It wouldn't even be close. Ghost! No, Big Bill's cool. Big Bill's cool. I made a bunch of jokes, and that's all they were. They were jokes. Big Bill's completely fine. And even if I didn't like Big Bill, I would learn to like Big Bill because of the respect that I have for. Does your brother have a name?
No,
Like he doesn't have like a
no.
Richard Toomey. Sick beats. Go buy one from him. Kid's a legend. His younger brother.